Hey, we're back at the table. Ready to start the first round of the Nightwind, the third scenario in the Outsider campaign by Carl Stevens. The link will be in the video description, so check it out. 3 scenarios so far. I believe he may be working on a 4th. Let's begin with, we sorted out our cards. Daisy will make the lead investigator. I will just put one little token on there so I remember she's the lead investigator. We'll get straight on with the agenda 1A. Let's double check. Yeah, agenda 1A. Get rid of the glare as usual. Agenda 1A, within those trees. Excuse me. Within the forest that lies outside of the castle walls, you see fleeting shadows moving between the trees. A foul wind appears to be blowing through the trees from all directions, and carried upon that wind are the snarls and screams of the damned. Revelation: spawn the Dark Man and the Nightwind at the Blackened Woods location, and this has a doom threshold of 3. So let's put that there. It goes back there. Let's find the Dark Man, which we put aside earlier. Blackened Woods is here, so we will spawn the Dark Man and the Nightwind. Let's have a look at the Nightwind, so we can see what it is. It's unstoppable. Well, that doesn't sound good. It's a wind and it's an elite. The enemy cannot be damaged or evaded. It is never engaged with you. All investigators at this location must test either strength or agility. If passed, nothing happens. If failed, take either 1 damage or 1 horror. And then the investigators immediately move to the location furthest from their current location. Okay, so that's why we've got this handy little guide here to show what is the furthest location wherever we are at the present time. Okay, is it a hunter or anything like that? Wind elite, never engage with you. Right, okay, so it doesn't come after us, but it doesn't engage with us anyway, but it has bad consequences. The Dark Man, the Herald of Nyarlathotep, elite humanoid herald. It is a hunter. It's unstoppable, can't attack it or evade it. The enemy is never engaged with us. Okay. Whenever the Dark Man is at the same location as an investigator, immediately move the Nightwind to that location and resolve its effect. Okay, so essentially that is the Dark Man is gonna come after us. Ooh. Okay, he's gonna come after us, and then he's gonna draw the Nightwind to wherever we are, and then we're gonna end up moving to the furthest location for wherever we are. So that's gonna make getting to the locations we require quite difficult, I imagine. Okay, so moving on to Act 1A. Okay, Act 1A, the lone voice. And yet, contained within the eldritch sounds, there is a feeling of sadness and great loss. A lone voice can be heard behind the snarling and screams. Its keening so powerful it threatens to drown your mind and heart in despair. Okay, so that's where we stand, and we need to get 4 clues for that one, 2 per investigator. And we have no clues at the moment because we've only just started. So we begin at the Putrid Moat. Let's see what we find here. Putrid Moat. Outside, across the putrid moat and under the dark mute trees, I would often lie and dream for hours. Little flavour text by, of course, H.P. Lovecraft. So let's open this up. Location: castle. It's got a shroud value of 1. There are no clues here, unfortunately. Force: any investigator that ends their turn at this location suffers 1 damage. Okay, so Wendy really... oh, don't go back to saying Wendy instead of Daisy again. Oh my god. Daisy doesn't really want to stay here any longer than necessary because, as we know, Daisy only has damage, or hit points if you like, of 5. So Daisy will go first. Or do we have a plan? Plan is we will immediately play No Stone Unturned for 2 resources. It's an event. Choose an investigator at your location. That investigator searches the top 6 cards of his or her deck for a card, draws it and shuffles his or her deck. Definitely we're going to do that because we don't have a weapon for Skids. So we'll discard that. We'll discard 2 resources, sling them back in the resource store, and let's just go. Right, what have we got? Lockpick, no. 32 Colt, yes, maybe. Leo DeLuca, ooh, definitely could do with that one because that gives us an additional action. Now that's the upgraded one. Okay, we may have to forego a weapon and go with Leo. Search the top 9 cards for a weapon asset added to your hand. Okay, well hopefully that will come up at some point. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do we search? Top 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dynamite Blast. Okay. And Backstab. We can either take the Colt. I mean, I have a preference for the machete, but we can either take the Colt or I think Leo will be the handiest because the chances of us drawing that again fairly slim, I think, and it only takes 5 resources to get into play. We can do that immediately. Yep, we're going to do that. So we're going to take Leo. We're going to put him there. We're going to attempt a one-handed shuffle of these cards. Don't laugh. Come on. One-handed shuffle. One-handed shuffle. I really need to get a better tablecloth. This really is like working on super cool liquid helium. Okay, that'll do. That's done. So that was Daisy's first action. The second action will be to... Now, first of all, we need to find out where we can go. So, from the Putrid Moat, we can go to... Well, the castle's not in play. So we can either go to the Dark Trees, which sounds a bit... or the Fell Copse. Dark Trees or Fell Copse. Now, the Fell Copse gives us more options for travel. Actually, no, I think it's about the same because the Fell Copse can go back to the castle, which we don't have in play. Okay, Daisy, second action. She will move to, excuse her hand, the Fell Copse. We need to get some clues. Fell Copse. There we go. Let's flip her over. The stillness of the place threatens to crush you like a physical force. That is awesome. So there are 2 clues to be had on there. At least we've got Daisy out of the Putrid Moat, so we're not going to take any damage. So we'll put 2 clues on that location. Game stacks, I think that's what these things are called. Game stacks, gamer stacks, whatever. Anyway, they're good. So I can't remember where to get them from, but they're well worth, just diverging for a second, they're well worth getting. They're very, very handy. Let's just move this. I'll tell you what, I always move it, give myself a little bit more room. Otherwise I'm going to be running into a problem later on. Worst tablecloth in the world. So Daisy's second action was to move to there. Her third action will of course be to try and get a clue. Now potentially she could get both clues here because we can investigate and then we could play work in a hunch and get the second clue, which would be fantastic. Okay, so it's got a shroud value of 2. We have an investigate of 5. So I don't think we need to add anything to that. So let's delve into the chaos bag and see what we get. We get a 0. Okay, that's cool. We can live with a 0. Let me just check what Daisy's special abilities are. I remember she can take an extra turn if it's a tome ability, and if our Elder Sign effect, if we succeed, we draw 1 card for each tome we control. Okay, so must remember that. So we gain 1 clue, which we will put here, and we will immediately play Working a Hunch. It's a fast action, so it doesn't take a... sorry, it's a fast, fast action, so we don't need another action to play it. Play during your turn, discover one clue at your location, and it's going to use 2 resources. So we will take 2 resources from Daisy, put them back in the store, and we will grab that other clue. Off to a flying start. Don't jinx it. That is Daisy's turn completed. So we'll now move on to Skids. Skids, no point staying there. If he goes out on his own looking for clues, what's the chances of getting that? Probably slim. So maybe he should stick with Daisy, because we're going to use 1 action to play Leo DeLuca. So let's do that first. So our first action, Leo DeLuca. We're going to use him as an ally. He's there. So that's all our resources used up. Done. But Leo does allow us to have an additional action. It's just, you want to have a quick look at that there. You may take an additional action during your turn. Okay, so we need to keep him alive. So first action, play that. Second action, we've still got 3 actions left now. So is it worth going to the trees? At least we could go, well, put it this way, right, where is Daisy going to end up from the fell copse? Ah, she can go to the dark trees. So maybe we should send Skids there, and he could have a little bit of a recce, and then see if it's worth for Daisy to come over and start investigating. So let's do that. So second action, Skids will move to the dark trees. There we go. Forest. Flip her over. The forest is terrifyingly dark, and it will be easy to become lost within it. Yeah, I know. We've seen the map, Carl. We know it's going to be easy to become lost. Now, there's 2 clues on this location also. So let's place those clues on there. So it's definitely worth Daisy heading over in this direction if Skids can't do the necessary. So first action, Leo DeLuca. Second action, move to there. Third action. Ooh, right. Ah, bollocks. We got a flashlight, we can't play it. That would have been handy. So do we want to waste our time getting clues, or should we just move Leo? Should we just move Leo and get around the board and see where is the best place to go? Let's do that. So we've had 2 actions with Leo. So Leo. Jesus Christ, I am terrible with names. Not Leo, Skids. So, where can he go from the dark trees? He can go back to the fell copse. We don't want to go there. He can't go back to the putrid moat. It's a one way. He can go to the darkened glade, and he can go to the accursed wood. Is it worth trying? I mean, we're on easy, so maybe we'll be okay trying to get these clues. It'd be good if we can advance the agenda straight away. Don't know, I don't know. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so we'll do an investigate. We need 2. We've got an investigation of 3. Do you know what? We've got unexpected courage. Should we use that or not? Evidence. Play after your feet. Let's risk it. Let's just risk it with no modifiers. So we've got 3, or we need 2. And we got this, which doesn't seem good. What is this? There we go. -2. If test is failed, then move the dark man. One location towards the nearest investigator. That was a mistake, Skids. You just couldn't keep yourself to yourself, could you? So that was the third action. So it failed, and we need to move the dark man one location towards the nearest investigator. Now we have to figure out which will be the nearest investigator. He's in the Blackened Woods. So to get to Skids, let's see, you would have to go to the dense forest, 1. Then you'll have to go to the darkened glade, 2. Okay, fell copse is going to be the nearest one, because the only way is, yes, so it's 1, 2, and fell copse. So he's going to go to the dense forest, the dark man. Let's put him there. Let's put him there. So he's gone to the dense forest. Right, we're not going to risk that again. We can't afford the Dark Man getting any closer, so Skids will simply move to, I believe, he can go to the Accursed Wood. He will go to the Accursed Wood. A little bit more room again. So Skids, you're here for his last action. Remember, we can take 4 actions. So it's forest location. And what have we got? 2 clues again. Shroud value of 3. Having at last entered this accursed place, you cannot help but feel you should leave quickly. That may be the case. So at least we know we've got a fair few clues to hoover up. Just unfortunate it doesn't seem that that Skids can manage to do that. So Daisy was already exhausted, not exhausted, used, and that is Skids. Now he's done. Okay, so it's now the enemy phase. Well, the Dark Man is a hunter, so he will move, and he will move to the darkened glade, which now puts him within 1 space of getting to Daisy. However, if we can move from the fell copse with Daisy and move to the dark trees, that means there is no direct line from the darkened glade to the dark trees, so we should be safe for another round, assuming we don't fail anything and draw the tablet token again. So that's the end of the enemy phase. We'll reset both our characters. We will draw a resource for both of our characters, investigators I should say, and we'll draw a card, 1 for Skids. Dynamite Blast. Okay, that's going to be quite handy. Let's stick that on there. And for Daisy, Bulletproof Vest. That is also going to be really handy if we get that into play. Yes, perfect. That's the end of the reset phase, and yeah, reset phase, drawing our resources, drawing our cards. So that brings us to the end of that round. There is nothing else to do. I think we're pretty much off to a fairly good start. I don't want to jinx it, but let's see how we get on. That was round 1. And well, I'll see you next time in round 2. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks to all the new subscribers over the last month. We're up to, I think, 53 now, which is fine by me. That's more than I ever thought I'd get. So thanks again. Like and subscribe. Catch you on round 2. Bye for now.